Let's go now. 35. 70 ending. 35. Got you. I got you.
They'll start the drive with Dixon. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A run by Dixon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness. Did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. That's a strong safety making a strong, hard tackle.
And we know his coach doesn't smile a whole lot, does he? How about that grin right there, ear to ear after that play?
Now it's Dixon. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the gun, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Ready? 50, plant. Mark 54. All day, dog. Rock.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Big Ed. 22 jet bomber. Joker. Check nickel. Fine.
On 2nd down, it's Evans. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
54. Bring it.
On 3rd down, Costello. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now on first, Dixon again. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Throwing on first down. Costello. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Let's go, let's go. Hey! Switch!
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 50.
Yep.
Who that? Who that?
Hey, Foxtrot.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Ready to break.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Come off the ball.
Yes.
Hey, watch that.
Hey. High 7.
54.
2.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello. He finds his target. It's Evans. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a third down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Set. 90 Wolf.
Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, orbit.
Slam.
Hard. Ready.
On third down, Evans. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
It's fourth down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Dixon. Shrugs him off. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Right there, 54 miles.
They'll run it with Dixon. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 45.
Go. Go.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run it here with Dixon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Falcons take over.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check, check, check.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Hey, Jet. There.
Off the play fake. Costello airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Go, go.
Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Costello. Got it open man. It's Michael Gallup. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Got it.
55. Check, 55. Mike.
Focus, defense, focus.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Get it.
Watch the pass.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 43-yard line.
General West.
Watch the screen. Check 9, check.
Hey, exit.
Check 25, check 25.
Hey, Sam off.
On second down now, it's Evans. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, Haywood.
24 is the mic. No chance. 24 is the mic. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 24 is the mic.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Now. Hey, Echo. Leo.
Looking to throw. Costello. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Dixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready up.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The drive begins with a run by Dixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now Dixon. Oh, it's a fumble.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
And the Saints, first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On a toss play, this is Dixon. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff right side. It's Dixon. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. But gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Switch.
Greystone travel.
Switch.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Evans. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you would expect the ball to be in the air. But his ability to break off those types of runs, you can get big chunk plays on the ground as well. And he just provided one.
Alert flare.
Look at me. Door.
He's checking.
Hey, go.
On first down, it's Evans. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Set. 10 Lobo.
55 to Mike. Here we go.
Go.
Motion.
Shoot.
On 2nd down, it's Evans. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
Come on. You better bring it.
Go.
Watch the slant.
Motion.
Ready?
Back to throw. Costello. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Bridgewater. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be fielded at the 17. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
In your face.
Topper! Topper!
Check. Kill. Watch the shit. Watch the
Snap.
They'll keep it on the ground. Evans. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He'd had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
On the double.
Watching your 5. Double dog. That's the way. Check 26.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey.
Pop.
Hey, seam 6. Look, squeeze.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Costello. He completes it to Evans. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, watch the slant. SOS.
Stand.
They'll keep it on the ground. Evans. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey! Five.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Go. 5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
This will be taken in at the 1. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
45 to Mike. I got one. Chance.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 1st down, they go with Dixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Hey, wahoo!
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Costello. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. David Onyemata in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brings up third down.
Ready.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
I smell fear in that offense. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike
Ready.
Looking to throw. Costello. He hits right. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
6 guys, check 6 guys. Let's go.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Ready. 10 logo.
Mike 54.
Hey, high 7. Now.
To throw on 2nd down. Costello. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Single receiver. Watch 32. Watch
Be driven.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Costello. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
We got 4. We got 4. 24 is the mic. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 24 is the...
Hey, Charlie.
quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line.
Get it.
On 4th down, Costello. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such... little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
On the give, this is Dixon. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They stay on the ground with Dixon, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Lambo to add on the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. He gets this one to Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll run on 1st down. It's Dixon. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Bridgewater to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tack McKinley in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
All day. All day. Mike's 54. Mike's 50.
Rock it. Hit it.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
Watch 54. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Block.
Go.
From the gun, Costello. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense did its job, got to stop all they need. This 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Right back to Dixon. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They'll get 34 yards there.
First down.
Here we go. Henry. Check 45 the line. Bandit.
Now a handoff for Dixon. They'll keep it on the ground. Dixon. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. He was true on his first. This is a tough one from 49 yards away. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game. And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post. But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Saints, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.